Hello, Wolfmind here, and welcome back to the Kilohana Amusement Park. This is update video number 3, if you don't count the roller coaster preview I did a while back. But I have quite a lot done. I finally have that one side of the park done, like I was said in the previous update. And I've also started working on a new area, which we'll look at last. But you can already tell that there are some new things around, so let's just get right on into it. So here's the Carnival Zone, which, if you remember from last time, was somewhat done, but now I went ahead and completed it entirely. I still haven't put any games in those two tents, but that'll be something I get around to eventually. But I'm pretty sure everything beyond this shooting game is new. So right here, this was the next thing I put together, which was a maze building. So you'll enter down here, and the whole maze is on the second level. It's actually well, it's like a dark maze, I guess you could say. So there's that, and then here is a restaurant. We have just general food items like with the other restaurant that's at the main entrance of the park. And on the water, or the little lake we have here, this is a one of those swinging boat rides, which I figured would be a fun little addition to add in, since most amusement parks have these. I actually like riding these, except I don't really ride the ones that go upside down and whatnot. And then back here we have the main, I guess, center point of the Carnival Zone, which is the huge Ferris Wheel, which I'm surprised actually turned out pretty well. Looks like a pretty decent Ferris Wheel. And then if you go down here, since you can't, since this doesn't operate and whatnot, you can press this button and you'll be, oh god, what is the sign doing? Freaking shader glitches. Even my hand's doing it, what the hell? But you press that button and it'll teleport you straight to the car that's up there, and you can have a look around. Unfortunately, until 1.8, I can't put any button as a way to get back down because I need to put a button on the ceiling of the car. And speaking of that, if you didn't know, I was already building this on Lunaware, but unfortunately that server had some problems and finally decided to close its doors after quite a while of being, I think it was running for over 3 years. But that server's closed now, so I was gonna continue on in single player, but then I got decided to take over OAO on the console at least, and add in the multiverse and all that, and get the world on the OAO server. So that's where I'm building it currently. If you don't know the OAO IP, then I'll just put it in the description. Same rules apply. You can come visit me, just don't bug me. I don't like that. Alright, so the second roller coaster I added to this park, there are currently 2 new coasters, and if you've seen the wooden coaster one, then it's right there. But this is called the Cobra, which just another general steel coaster, and you'll enter where the sign is on the far side. You'll zigzag your way through the queues, and then you'll get inside on that building. It's basically the same kind of cart loading and unloading system as on the first roller coaster, the double helix. But this one, it'll take you up the lift hill, do a U-turn. This one's a lot more compact and kind of weaves around itself. But this one does last quite a while because the minecarts are so slow and don't really work like a proper roller coaster would. But there's also this little tunnel I added that dips down and comes back out. It's kind of a fun little coaster. I kind of had to do a lot of redesigning because I was going to have it do a bunch of stuff towards the end over here, but I decided to just do it like a dog leg, I guess you could call it, as a shape where it kind of does like a curve. And then the next roller coaster, which is called the Wooden Wonder. Since I decided that all amusement parks need a wooden coaster. I mean, wooden coasters are awesome, but unfortunately in Minecraft these fences are really laggy when you use a ton of them. I don't know if you can tell right now, but my frames are going crazy because of this turn back here, all the fences in there. I mean, I've hollowed out the inside, but it's still way too many fences. I could go back and try and space out the supports, but I kind of like how it's a freaking giant colossus of wood everywhere, like most big wooden coasters are. But yeah, it starts off going up that lift hill way in the back, goes down to that turn, which you can't really see anymore, up and over, does a long kind of turn above where you enter the area. And also this does dead end, so it doesn't keep going beyond this. I also brought the lake in through here to make it kind of like a cooler touch, have the wooden coaster go above the water a bit. But yeah, there's that ride, and now we'll head over to the current area I'm working on, which is a theme area. Kind of like how the carnival area was like a carnival theme, this one is a theme of its own. Not really like, you might be thinking like, oh, I'm going for like a Disneyland thing here. Well, not really. There was a few themed areas I wanted to do, like this area over here is a desert area. Since I decided to like, oh, let's make a desert area, that would be kind of cool to see. Not sure what other like theme areas I'll come up with, but mostly it's just going to be a general Terra area, like how you see around here. So you can already tell what it is because I haven't finished off the terrain work on this side. But over there, there's trees growing, and it's a big hill. And if you think about it, this is all like, in a typical amusement park, this would all be like fake. And you'll see on the back side of this area how it's fake. It's kind of like if you ever seen Cars Land in the new ride that's at Disneyland California. It's kind of like that, because when you go to the back side of Cars Land, it's just a flat superstructure. They didn't really put much effort on the backside because most people don't see the backside. So yeah, this is all like a canyon area that's a desert zone, and basically there's going to be rides weaving their way around the canyon. And the only thing I have in here so far is a go-kart track, which fully works. There's 2 lanes. It doesn't really work out as like a racing. I mean, I haven't really tested it because most of the time most racing stuff are kind of like set up specifically so that the cars stay next to each other, but I don't think it really works out on this one too well. I haven't finished the queue area yet, but the whole ride itself is done. It starts off right here. You'll get on inside this overhang right here. Then it'll launch you into the tunnel, which you can still see right here. And then the tunnel goes over here, exits, and then the track winds its way around this plateau, comes back down through these plateaus, and makes its way back around. You can only do 1 lap, but I'm not really very good with redstone, nor do I really think I can make a good system to have like the carts do 2 laps and then go back to the station. But it works out pretty well. I like it. I still have a lot of work to do. I'm gonna like terraform this area, make it a lot more interesting instead of just a plain bunch of sand area. And then some other rides I have planned in here is a roller coaster to weave its way around, kind of like above the go-kart track. So it'll go through all these bluffs and stuff. And there's a big back area over here that I can have the roller coaster go in. Maybe do like a little cave area. We'll see. I'm still planning it out as I go, but towards the end of this canyon, which isn't done yet, it's gonna gradually slope down and just blend its way back into like the regular scenery that you see at the entrance of the park. But back on the back side of this, if you were to like approach it from the road, all you're gonna see is just a big superstructure. So kind of like just like a bunch of scaffolding, and it's just a fake terrain. I'm not gonna spend the time to put huge hills everywhere, because that would just be a waste of time when I could just do it like this, because the only side of this you're gonna end up exploring is on the inside. And if you come and stand down here, yeah, it looks pretty cool and looks just like a canyon. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to show for the amusement park currently. Let's see, by the next video I want to have this done, maybe have, I'm not sure what I'm gonna work on next after this area actually. I just kind of just choose things as I go. I don't really have like ideas set in stone. But yeah, as the sun sets, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next update.